Great. Thank you, Keith. I'm so honored to be here to present the Legacy Award to my dad, Rich Jernstedt, on behalf of my brother, Ty, my mom, Jeannie, and the entire Jernstedt family. A huge thank you to my two aunts that are right here, who flew in from Oregon to surprise my dad, their big brother. So my dad wanted to make it easy for me tonight and had a whole plan for me for my speech. We're not doing that. So because most of you know my dad as a professional, I thought it'd be fun to talk about what it's like to be raised by the ultimate communicator and mentor as your father. So before I even talk about my dad, I have to talk about my mom. She's been a huge force in my life and in my dad's life, and huge success. So we have to thank her first. So I've gotten a lot of great advice from my dad through the years, and it really does start. Can you imagine in elementary school, you have the ultimate communicator editing your third grade book report? AP style, by the way. Yeah. The grammar gene never got to me, even though he was such a stickler, and as many of you know, he was a journalism major from University of Oregon. But what I did learn from him is the art of positioning and the power of really writing for impact. So I did get that from you, Dad. Despite all of his patience and continued effort, what I also learned from him is the immediate follow-up. As many of you know, he's famous for his handwritten notes, and that also stuck with me. But also, when I watched my dad through the years, he's been unbelievable with going with change and embracing change. So even though he was a traditional journalism background, with all the dynamics of communications and how it's changed through the years, he's been there every step of the way. He's still my press clipping service. Every week, we always get amazing clips from him. But he's also as terrible as a teenager on Instagram, which he's not on right now. I'm actually really impressed, Dad. Yeah, exactly. Probably the most important lesson that I learned from my dad was no one cares more about your career than you. But I'm so lucky to say that my dad does. So one of the biggest aha moments that I had in my career was when I got to mentor my dad. So as some of you know, he comes from corporate America, McDonald's, coffee spill stuff. And I come from the fashion industry, fashion shows, dressing celebrities. But through the years, our worlds are starting to collide. And I sent him a fashion client a couple years ago, and I got a call from my dad saying, oh my God, they want cover approval on the magazine. And I said, yeah, they don't do that. I go, yeah, I know. Welcome to my world, Dad. So what also has been amazing is through the years, a lot of my industry friends, they've actually worked with my dad, and they've been mentored by my dad. And to hear them say, your dad is so cool, he's helped me so much for my career, is amazing to hear as a daughter. And what also was awesome, last year, I joined the Page Society, and we were the first father-daughter duo that we learned, which we didn't know. So no matter what, he's been at every step in my career. I hit 20 years, and we just did the math. He's hit 50. But in my 20 years, he's coached me through 6 career changes, thousands and thousands of phone calls about every phase of my career, and he's been there every step of the way. So I can't thank you enough, Dad. You've inspired me, our family, all of our friends, our industry. He's also continues to inspire the younger generation. He has 2 of his mentees here, Megan and Cam. We'll clap for you guys here. And my 10-year-old son, Ace, who is the youngest person, I think, here. You can stand up here. So he just recently told me that after his career with the Seahawks, he wants to be a communicator like all of us. And I hope to be as good a mentor to Ace as my dad was to me. So congratulations, Dad. You are my mentor of life and in business. And congratulations, and I love you.
Yeah, you have it. I think I'd just soon take my seat and let that go. Miss, you need to hand me the speech because I don't see it up here. Thank you. It's a family effort. Many of you know I've never been able to make a point in 90 seconds or less, but I'm going to do my best. I've got two key messages. The first one is thank you. Tiffin, thank you. I don't even know what to say about what you've just said. I can't tell you how proud we are of you. As your father and mentor, I'm just glad I didn't jeopardize the fact that you excel at everything you do. So thank you for everything that you said. Thanks to Keith and Ron and Bill and you, Bridget, and everybody at the Planck Center for making this such a wonderful honor and for making this event the best night in public relations. So our thanks to you. Thanks to my wife, Jeannie. You've already heard from Tiffin. You're the real mentor in the family. You've been mentoring me since our first date. 53 years ago, almost tonight. She will tell you that I am a work in progress. I will say she is perfection, and I love you for it. This is humbling for me. I've sat out there for the last 10 years, and I've loved every minute of that. I have to tell you, up here is really special, and it's very humbling. I'm so proud to be a part of the other honorees tonight, and particularly proud to be a part of the legacy honorees. 3 others at least are here tonight. Pat, Bill, and Tom. If I missed anybody, so a round of applause for them, because I've been saying that I'm humbled to the point of embarrassment to be included in that crowd. They've accomplished so much and still found time to be recognized as mentors. But according to their speeches at this event tonight, they all admitted how much they benefited from their mentoring. So there's a real lesson there. I owe a great deal of thanks to one of those Legacy Award winners, and that's Al Golan, a world-class mentor, coach, friend, boss. We're so pleased to have June Golan here with us tonight. And I also knew Betsy Planck. Thank you to her for inspiring us to understand what she understood was the important role of mentoring. If she were here tonight, and I'm sure she is, she would tell us you're never too young or you're never too old to be a mentor or a mentee. And that leads to my second message, which is to mentor more. If you don't have a mentee, get one. If you don't have a mentor, get one. If you do, get more. It's difficult to determine who benefits the most, the mentor or the mentee, because the roles tend to blend after a while. I learned so much from younger professionals. And at this stage of my life, everybody seems to be younger than I am. Several of my favorite mentees turned mentors are with us tonight, many at this table. You already heard about the surprise last night of my 2 sisters showing up, my little sisters, I always call them. And our grandson, Ace, is the one who keeps me in touch with social media and popular culture. It is awesome that you're here tonight. You would say it's sick, but I learned today, no, it's not sick anymore, it's lit. So, David Brooks, the author and columnist, writes that joy is the present that life gives you when you give your gifts to others. Regardless of age or experience, you all have gifts. Because of communications being so important in our society today, we owe it to our employers and to our country to share those gifts with others. We set the standards for communications that are credible, authentic, truthful, and real. So mentor more so it will happen faster, better, and with some joy. Help me send a message to everybody who's watching and to Betsy by repeating after me when I count to 3, mentor more. 1, 2, 3, mentor more. Okay, Cam, should we do it one more time? One more time. 1, 2, 3, mentor more. All right, thank you very much.